opportunities over time.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And thank you. Senator Peters, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Mink, following the Air Force's announcement last year to base 12 brand new KC-46 refueling tankers at Selfridge Air National Guard Base in Michigan, I was proud to have, at that time, have secured the Air Force commitment that that decision did not preclude Selfridge from receiving a future fighter mission. Following this commitment, and after years of advocacy by myself as well as the entire Michigan delegation, both Democrats and Republicans, the administration announced last month that Selfridge would also receive 21 F-15EX fighter jets to replace the base's aging A-10s. I'm certainly very proud, as all Michiganders are, of Selfridge's exceptional 108-year legacy defending our nation. And with this announcement, I'm certain that legacy will continue for decades to come. Sir, you have already publicly committed to honoring the KC-46 basing decision during your nomination hearing, which I appreciate. So my question for you is, following Selfridge's F-15EX announcement, do I have your commitment that future Air Force spending will support the recapitalization of Selfridge's A-10s with these new F-15EXs?
Thank you for the question, Senator. Yeah, so based on the President's decision, the Air Force is putting a plan together to execute the placement of F-15EXs at Selfridge. Thank you.
Thank you for that commitment. General Allvin, on that same note, Selfridge's F-15EX fighters and the KC-46 tankers will require some specialized infrastructure and ground support equipment, including modifications to flight lines as well as to some hangars, although we've already made pretty substantial investments into that base, but we're going to need more. This will include KC-46 unique refueling requirements and the F-15EX specialized maintenance demands. So my question for you is, how is the Air Force prioritizing bases like Selfridge with near-term military construction needs to support these flying missions that are imminent?
Thank you, Senator. Our target is obviously, as the decisions are made, we want to ensure that as we lay in the platforms don't go there with the supporting infrastructure. So as we look at the timing, that timing may adjust the timing of the platforms or of the infrastructure, one of the two. So we look at those both holistically on pairing up the ability so when the platforms get there, you can use them, as well as a prioritization across the department for the most critical infrastructure that we need to put milk on again. So our target is to make sure that when the platforms get there, they're able to be used as soon as possible.
Well, I like the option where we're going to make sure the platforms don't get pushed back any further, so to make sure that the construction's happening first. So I would hope that would be a priority of you, that we could work with you on that. Obviously, we have these older platforms, the A-10 particularly is leaving. If there's a too large a gap, that causes all sorts of personnel issues and all of the complications that you're well aware of. So hopefully we can focus on that. My question is to you as well as to Secretary Mink as well. I've discussed with both of you the critical importance of collaborative combat aircraft, and as both of you know, CCAs are autonomous systems which will work in tandem with our manned fighters, including the F-15EXs, to increase their lethality and decrease risk to our manned platforms. Also can work with the KC-46s in a great manner as well. As these programs develop, I remain hopeful that this cutting-edge technology will also be concurrently fielded with Air National Guard units. So my question to both of you is, given the National Guard's evolution from strategic reserve into a true operational force, how is the Air Force planning for concurrent fielding of CCAs to include Air National Guard? And would you plan on fielding these systems with existing fighter squadrons, including F-15EXs?
Senator, I'll take a shot at it and see if the Secretary has anything to add. Well, first, fundamentally, I think what we don't want to do is fall into the trap of treating them like any other manned platform. This is an opportunity to think about a unique new way that we're not only going to operate them, but also comes with a unique new way we may want to sustain them, to house them, to train with them. And so we have an experimental operations unit that is getting stood up at Creech right now that is really going to uncover some of that, to figure out what is the best way to manage them. How do we train? How much is done in the synthetic environment? How much is done actual flying, since these are autonomous? So as those unfold, so will our strategy for how and where we actually end up posturing those across.
Mr. Secretary?
That's a good answer.
Very good.
And your time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.